Good evening, good night, everyone. This is Rarity189 broadcasting live from Egg Studios. We are here for the ROR Tier 3 Round 4 event at China. Yes, we find ourselves in China in one of the most great and amazing races there ever did be. And I'm not on my own once again. Just like last week, I'm joined by Fatal Defiance. Fatal, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad, not too bad. Though if I'm honest, I'm kind of glad I'm not doing this track in the wet.
Well, I feel sorry for these guys because once again, it's wet, and I can't help thinking that the rain just keeps following these guys. It was in Australia, Saudi Arabia, of all places, and now at Imola. I think there was a quali that was wet there as well. What? The weekly glitch?
It's the weekly rain glitch where it just goes, okay, this league, have some rain.
Yes, it is the weekly rain glitch, as my missus puts it.
We do actually have cars on track.
We do. I'm on board with Wizard Rex. He is going to be the first one to set a lap time. He's just about to start it now, so we will ride on board with him. So once again, guys, hello and welcome. If you are in the chat, make yourselves known. Also, let me know if you can hear. Let me know if you can hear Fatal as well, because I did a stream the other day playing Chivalry 2, and for some reason you couldn't hear the guy I was with. So yeah, let's try and
I will
try and sort that out for it. But here we go.
I have the stream up, so I'll be able to tell you now.
Intermediates, and we are looking at seeing how well Wizard Rex does in these conditions, as he is the first around here. And so far looks rather smooth. This is a tricky track, but if you get it right, it is as smooth as you like. This is probably the most tricky section, to be fair. You got to carry so much speed through these fast left-rights, of course, and of course this is the scene where Hamilton passed Vettel on fresher tyres in 2011. Of course, back then they were both in different cars. Hamilton in a McLaren and Vettel in a Red Bull.
Well, the section Wizard Rex went through in the dry is tricky. In the wet, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, this corner is just a nightmare in general, no matter whether it's wet or dry.
Wet, dry.
But
it just doesn't matter. That corner.
I think there was a race. I can't remember who it was with. Whether it was with me and Silent Runner or me and Becky, where we both went round that corner and we both lost it and narrowly missed the wall. Was that with you? Going around that corner onto the back straight and like spinning off and narrowly missing the wall.
No. Yeah, I just checked. They can hear me on stream. I've just checked.
Oh, good. That's good. I've got no one on the chat though at the minute, so no one's said anything. There is
King Dammy has. He said I hate this track.
Oh,
I think he's gonna hate it even more now because it's wet.
I wonder why is. Well, I'm not getting anything on my end, which is annoying.
No, I see it. It's
Alright,
there.
you're gonna have to let me know what people are saying then, because for whatever reason it's not yet appearing on my phone.
Let's see who else is actually about to. Oh, you got Luca about to come round.
Luca, of course, who is teammate to Dawson. Luca very close last time out to getting a very good result for Williams. He's been up there. He's got the pace, Luca. He got a podium in the first.
Jamie's just gone and stuck it on pole.
Yeah, Jamie's done a 44.5 at the minute. Now, obviously, we don't know what this is going to be. Hey, I've got something that's come through. It's from BJ97. Let's go, Haas. But yeah.
The coach has gone and invalidated this and next lap, so he's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I know where
to be
he's
fair,
done that as well.
it's the final corner.
He was he had invalidation it before that. It was at the hairpin. He ran too far wide on the hairpin.
Okay. Okay.
Beastie Boys coming through to do a lap. Yeah.
There
Beastie
comes
Boys
Lenny.
coming up to...
Oh, Beastie Boy,
44.3.
But yeah, I just... Oh, Lenny somehow kept that within the track limits. I don't know how. Oh, the Aston Martin there in the background getting a bit of a shaker. But Lenny now goes second with a 44.528. So he's gone 700ths of a second faster than what King Jamie's made. But isn't the wet one of those circumstances where you can literally do multiple laps and you get faster and faster, as KBT does a 43.8.
With the wait, if you're on full wets or the inters, you can just put like 5, 6, sometimes up to 10 laps of fuel in, and just keep going round. You'll get quicker. Because you can do a lap with the ERS, turn it off for a lap, let it recharge. 'Cause in the wet, you can recharge.
Oh, there we go.
ERS
That's proof.
quicker.
That's proof. King Jamie has gone a 43.4.
And Kleeman just done a 43.6.
Oh, Kleeman split the two Mercedes. Kleeman is
He's showing some pace.
He is. He's turning into a bit of a dark horse. He's proven to be very consistent. I was a bit on the fence about Kleeman in Jeddah. I was going to label him the dive bomb king, but I don't know. The last two races since then, I felt like he's drove a mature and steady race, and it hasn't quite gone.
It stopped raining.
So yeah, so it is getting faster. So we've got 10 minutes now, and I think
it stopped raining completely.
Yeah,
because I'm on board. There's no rain streaming.
Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board with Kleeman.
Yeah.
I'm on board with Kleeman now. Oh, there we go, guys. 5Tig is asking, how can I join the league? Admins, if you please.
I think that's meant. He's called himself. He's actually the Stig, but there you go.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware of this.
5Tig is just funnier.
Yes.
Luca is taking Valtteri Bottas
too
his
much
job
curb there for the coach in the AlphaTauri, and once again his lap is invalidated. Let's have a look and see. Is Jamie going round again? Surely not.
I wouldn't, because judging by how the understeer people are having.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is. I mean, this track can dry out very quickly. I'm the Stig's numerical cousin. I like it. I like it.
He doesn't quite have the driving skills of the Stig.
43.4.
Yes. He's not much quicker though. He's about 800th, which proves that at this point, I think the Inters are starting to overheat.
Yeah, they will. They will do now. Like I said, because this track is so tough on tyres, the Inters will literally, at this stage, just melt.
Dawson, if you're going to
Jamie's got softs on.
Turn your ERS off. Dawson's on and out. About to start a lap. He's had his ERS.
Well, I'm on board with CSR Phil. He hasn't set a lap time yet in the Alpine, so we are seeing how he does and where he ends up in the grand scheme of things.
Apparently, he went purple in sector 1. No, this is a track that I have fond memories of this track in the dry. In the wet, not so much.
In the wet, I am not a fan of this circuit. In the dry, I am also not a fan of this circuit. But I enjoy driving the circuit, so it's a love and hate relationship.
Well, one of the best races I had around here, I had one of the quickest guys in the league stuck behind me for 17 laps, and he was sick and tired of seeing with the rear wing on my car.
I know the Alpine looks very pretty, babe. It looks a lot. It looks a lot better in that design than it does in pink.
I'm sorry, but VWT, while yes, they're a sponsor and they've stuck around, I don't think pink really suits a car that is
No,
almost a dark blue.
no. I mean, it's annoying because the look of obviously the 2021 Alpine was beautiful. Now that has to be up there with one of the most gorgeous cars, as Luca does a 42.7 on 4-lap-old Inters. So it's interesting that Jamie's gone back out on Inters. So
Fresh Inters.
well, this is it.
Probably,
if you're in the pits, what you need to do now is keep flicking between dry and wet, and watch a little timer and see timer. There's a delta, and you can see it going down towards the minus, and that will show you whether the track is suitable for wet or dry. And of course, you need to sort of time it as well in regards to quali, because of course it's 5.5 minutes left, and Lenny has done a 42.3.
Yeah, the track is getting quicker. I'm gonna go on board with someone who's actually on a lap and see how.
I'm on board with the coach. I'm on board with the coach. He's about to set his first lap time of the day, and it is. No, he's starting it.
Oh.
Never mind.
I am Dr. Drodler, spun it and reset to track.
Well, no, he spun it again. He's still off track.
No, it just looked like he'd reset because he'd spun it and it suddenly appeared on the racing line. So Lunarod was probably going, "Oh, fuck."
No, on my screen, he was still on the grass when I joined him.
No, it just looked like he'd reset to track because he suddenly appeared as Lunarod came round. He was on the racing line. He was like, "Oh." So my apologies, Dr. Dro. My apologies. And Lunarod is now onto the line. Goes 11th. Now, who's going to be the brave one and go out first on the slicks?
Well.
Because the track now, it looks bone dry. There is no spray.
No, I generally think the track looks bone dry. I think
Redeemer is going to be the first one out on slicks. He is.
The thing is, the track's going to get faster and faster now, so we've got this sort of qualifying session now. Oh, there's a Mercedes spinning around. Who's that? It's KBT. KBT is off the track.
That is... Wizard Rex just done a 41.8 on the Inters.
But we have got this situation now where some guys are still on track, and I don't think they've got enough time to get in and get back out again. And so we are going to have this sort of thing now where it's going to be a last one across the line. But the thing is, it's advisable, as New York fans sets a 41.5, but he's on Inters and he's got 3.5 minutes to go. He hasn't got enough time.
He needs to basically do a qualifying lap back to the pits, get in the pits, put the slicks on, and get out and basically do a qualifying lap on the way out.
It's about a 1 minute 24 around here, isn't it? Something like that.
It's
TIE Fighter.
a 1 minute.
Welcome back, TIE Fighter.
It's about 1 minute 28, give or take.
My former teammate from FGE. Last one to come out is going to get pole, basically. Yep, 5 TIG. That is exactly how I'm seeing it here. So, oh, the Ferrari's off. New York fan was really pushing the limit there. King Jamie is on a lap on softs. He's trying to get as much temperature into the tyres as possible. But as I was saying, you need to get multiple laps of fuel in so you can go around. Obviously, the softs ain't going to last that long around here. We know from previous experiences that the softs don't last that long around here. And another thing you need to remember as well is that basically the track limitations are now even worse.
And there is the sign that if you're going to be out on track, now DRS is enabled.
Who is behind King Jamie, so I can flick to him. This is I don't want to miss this.
The car behind King Jamie directly on track is
Haas. Is he on a lap?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so this is crunch time now. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad, Ty-Fi. I'm good. I'm good.
Between Jamie and Kleeman, it's a direct head-to-head this lap.
I'm about any minute now to 3 weeks from having a baby.
No, not you.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Becky is any minute now to 3 weeks from having a baby.
You are about 3 weeks. New York fan has retired in the pits. He's going to drop to the back like a stick.
He weren't gonna get back round.
He hasn't got. He didn't have the time to get in, get out, and actually get to the line.
So there's a McLaren behind, but I don't think he's on a lap just yet, is he? Or is he?
Redeemer's on a 37.4. These times going to start going down rapidly.
Yeah, Redeemer 37.4. I didn't see him out on track, to be fair. Is that McLaren behind Jamie on a lap?
That McLaren is Wise Dog, and he bailed on his lap.
36.5. Let's go to Kleeman then. Kleeman coming around the final corner. Does he keep it within the track limits? I think he does. I think next one round is KBT. He goes fastest, 35.8.
Everyone who's actually crossing the line now has another lap.
If they have the fuel.
And ERS.
Well, KBT.
Dawson is still on inters.
Oh, Dawson, what have you done?
Dawson, you've gone done goofed, buddy.
No, that's not the coach. It's
Phil is out on track.
There's a Red Bull. There's a Williams coming around. It's DeLuca. It's Luca. He's gone third with a 36.9. Sorry, Becky's watching. Becky's watching Grays and had DeLuca in my head.
Right. Next round.
You what? Yeah, I know that. You're on season 4.
Alright, the next car round for a lap.
Well,
it's Beast Boy.
Well,
and he goes 30.0.
There we go. You can see proof there. 35.0. That's 8/10 quicker than what Cleveland's managed. We've got an Aston Martin coming around now. Where will he be? It's Shazam. He moves up to 4th. That's the highest we've seen an Aston Martin in qualifying
Lenny's
so far.
coming round now.
And Lenny goes second. It's not quite enough. He's 8/10 off Beastie Boy.
I think the coach is next.
Well, the coach has gone 4th.
P4. Now we've got...
Jamie's gone second. He was 4/10
Wise Dog is next.
Off Beast. Wise Dog. There he goes. He goes across the line. He's only 9th. The Haas is bailed. We've got KBT now.
And then Phil will be the last one, I believe. No, maybe...
And KBT goes to 6. Let's have a look at CSR Phil. He goes across the line. He goes second with a 35.1. We've still got Luca.
We've got... He is 1.2 seconds up on his time.
Oh, Luca's got... No, 1.2 seconds. That'd be enough. But it's getting faster and faster all the time. It's hard to say where it goes. Luca crosses the line. He goes 4th with a 35.7. He lost the 10th in the end, and I think that was mainly because he ran out of ERS. If he had a bit more if he had a bit more ERS, he may have nicked pole. But Beastie Boy claims pole position for this Chinese Grand Prix. King Jamie ran out of fuel on the last corner. Admins, Stig wants to join this league, so can we get him in, please?
Jamie, you're P3 and running out of fuel? That's pretty damn good going. Just saying.
But yeah, let's go through the order. Beastie Boy is on pole. I think that's his first pole of the season, I believe. CSR Phil with a superb second. Finally, he's up the grid from where he should be. King Jamie, 3rd. He seems to like starting there. Luca, 4th. Lenny, 5th. Kleeman, 6th. The coach, 7th. KBT, 8th. Shazam, 9th. Redeemer, 10th. Wise Dog, 11th. New York Fans, 12th. Wizard Rex, 13th. Dawson, the championship leader, 14th. Nunarod, 15th. Dr. Dro, 16th. I'm interested in Dawson's approach. Is he trying to make it a challenge for himself? Because, of course, he's got a massive lead of over 50 points in the championship after 4 rounds already. There are talks of him potentially moving up to another division. I personally hope that doesn't happen, mainly because I'm always under the impression that if you have a quick guy in your division, that's that person you've got to improve to try and beat, and it inspires everyone because you've got a target to beat.
It was a bit like how it was when VRF won with us two in Tier 3.
Yeah. that was
And then
I'd
go reserve in Tier 2 and get podiums against them, and it's just they were like, he should not be in Tier 3.
Oh, King Jammy's just made a point. He started third in every race.
Yes.
But
well,
guys, so
King Jamie, I'm not going to give you your new name if you don't crash. If you don't crash, you don't get your name.
He is the Lord of Australia. Leave him alone.
And if he crashes, he'll be Lord of the Crash.
Lord of the Crash. Hey, Lord of the Crash! Your wheel fell off.
Yeah, Jamie's like, I'm gonna crash. He's gonna crash just so he can have that new nickname instead of Lord of Failure.
He says he's gonna crash.
Yes, he says he's gonna crash. He said that in chat.
Yeah. But let's go. I mean, obviously we should have been racing on this track every year, but unfortunately due to the country's COVID laws and obviously COVID itself, we haven't been here since 2019. But theoretically, it has been on the calendar ever since 2004. It was 2004. It was won by Barrichello in the Ferrari. I believe it was won by Barrichello anyway. Schumacher had a horrible day. Spun about 5 times in what was probably the worst race of his 2004 season. And then obviously 2005 didn't prove to be that much better, to be fair, but the car was a dog anyway, and the season was over, so it didn't really make a matter. But I think Renault clinched the Constructors' Championship in 2005 due to Montoya retiring in the McLaren after a grid wrecked the suspension of his car, and the car was deemed too unsafe to carry on, and he was forced to retire. Therefore, Raikkonen didn't have another car to score points, really.
Montoya didn't wreck the suspension. It punctured through the left-hand side pod and ruptured one of the radiators, and also took out half the electrical system of the car. So it was just. And you are correct. The first winner of the Chinese Grand Prix in 2004 was Rubens Barrichello when he was at Ferrari.
It was, and then 2005 was Fernando Alonso. In 2006, it was Michael Schumacher's final race win 91, in a wet-dry race, battling the Reynolds of Fisichella and Alonso. 2007, we had the heartbreak of Lewis Hamilton binning it in the gravel trap at the entrance to the pits.
On knackered intermediates.
They weren't knackered. They weren't knackered. They were decimated. He was battling the Ferrari. He was battling the Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen in changeable conditions once again. But unfortunately, the tyres gave way. He had no grip, and off he skated into the gravel trap and out of the race. And theoretically, that cost him the chance of winning the championship in his first season. 2008,
the lost points didn't help, but
it didn't. But
the person to win the most there is actually the same person who lost the championship there, Lewis Hamilton.
Indeed. In 2008, he had redemption. He won the following year. 2009, we had a wet race here, I believe, and it was it here where Red Bull won their first race, or am I thinking Malaysia? In 2009, I'm pretty certain Vettel.
It was
won
Sebastian
here.
Vettel.
Yeah, Vettel won
the race,
and he got Red Bull's first ever Grand Prix victory in his first season as a full Red Bull driver. In 2010, we had Jenson Button win here in slightly changeable conditions. A good battle with McLaren teammate Lewis Hamilton proved to be quite interesting. Of course, we had that iconic moment during practice as well of Sebastian Buemi's Toro Rosso heading down the back straight and then hitting the brakes, and his front tires just going, "Yep, I'm done," and down he go, and off they went into the wild blue.
That was his front uprights just going, "Bye, have a beautiful time."
Yes, bye bye.
See you later. I'm out.
And in 2011, Lewis Hamilton won, as I said earlier, from taking over Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton being on fresher tyres, Vettel not. It was in Sector 2 as well, which was a nice little overtake. In 2012...
2011 was the first year of the Pirelli tyres.
It was the first year of the Pirelli tyres, you're right. In 2012, it was Nico Rosberg winning for Mercedes, their first race win since coming back as a constructor.
It was also Nico Rosberg's first race win.
Yes, that was Nico Rosberg's first race win. It was also Mercedes' front row during that race, and Michael Schumacher did what he could to let Rosberg run away, because of course the Mercedes was plagued by heavy tyre wear.
Heavy tyre wear.
Yeah.
It tried to do a McLaren to its tyres half the time. And it appears we're now going. And all
we are going
to run about race winners.
Well, this is it. This is how we fill the time. 2013 was won, I believe, by Alonso in the Ferrari.
Yes,
I think because Vettel finished fourth because he got stuck. He tried to pass Hamilton's Mercedes on the final lap and couldn't quite do it, which was fun for me, because back then I didn't like Vettel. I
liked Vettel when he went to Ferrari. And now we are definitely going.
We are.
Let's have a look at the old tyres.
I believe it was won by Rosberg. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was Hamilton. 2014 and 2015 was Hamilton.
I know in 2014 Hamilton had a bit of an indifferent start, and he was, because obviously he had the DNF in Australia, and he was playing catch up with Rosberg, so I wasn't quite sure where. But no,
2014-15 was Hamilton.
Yes, 2014 and
16 was Rosberg.
I know 16 was definitely Rosberg, because he was on that run of victories that stretched from the latter end of 2015.
Yeah, he was just on a run.
Yeah.
2017 was Hamilton.
Yep.
2018 was Ricciardo.
See, 2017 was an interesting one, because it was a great little battle between Vettel and Hamilton. I always remember the way they congratulated each other, like giddy schoolboys in the Parc Ferme. But yeah, 2018, Ricciardo winning that bonkers race after the safety car.
That was Ricciardo just being full honey badger and just overtaking whenever he felt like it.
Yeah,
that is one of those races you watch.
That move on Bottas into turn 4, or turn 3, was just amazing.
The hairpin just at the start of sector 2, because he's just like, the media, bye.
And then 2019, it was won by Hamilton.
And that was when Hamilton and Bottas did the double stacking.
Yes, it was. Yes, they did the double stack, where they basically fooled Ferrari and went, yeah, we're pitting both our boys at the same time. Deal with that, Ferrari.
That Ferrari today couldn't do that. They can barely do a pit stop properly when it's just one car. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm now looking at the tyres for our runners at this track.
Well, I am getting all that up now. So there we go. We can see there's a mixture. It is a mixture, and I quite like that, to be fair. Beastie Boy mediums, Phil mediums, King Jamie mediums, Luca mediums, Lenny mediums, Kleeman hards, the coach softs, KBT mediums, Shazam softs, Redeemer hards, Wise Dog mediums, New York fans mediums, Wizard Rex soft, Dawson softs, Nuno Rod softs, and Dr. Dro mediums. Now I'm interested to see what Dawson can do. I know he started down the field before in a race, but this is different. There's a Ferrari off at the back there.
New York fan has decided he's going to warm up his tyres by throwing it at the Giovinazzi wall.
It doesn't really work there. Of course, Fatal there describing the Giovinazzi who crashed twice there in 2017.
At the last corner while he was subbing for Pascal Wehrlein.
Indeed. Because Pascal Wehrlein was doing a Montoya.
I think Dawson, this wasn't intentional. I think he didn't check what tyres he was on when
Here
he
we
left
go.
the pits.
So enough natter now. The race is about to begin. Let's ride on board with the Alpine. We've got Poleman there, but once again, Jamie looks like he's got a really good start. Where is Jamie? There he is. And
Luca hasn't had a good start. He's dropped a few places. Oh, whoa!
Ooh,
What the?
That's an Aston Martin there. Hello, is that a Red Bull with no front wing? No, it's not. But Luca, New York fan, Luca 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits.
That wasn't Luca's fault, because that is the turn one sent him off into Narnia. And
can I just say, Dawson, who started 14th, is now Alfa Romeo right up his backside, is in 8th already. Kleeman in 6th, but let's have a look. And it's still Beastie Boy that leads with Phil second. King Jamie, usually a quick starter, wasn't quite up there this time. I really hate the fact that we don't get that sort of front view when the lights go out. You have to jump on board with somebody because for whatever reason the game had decided, yeah, you're not doing it this time.
I was on board with Luca into turn one and he got studded up the back end, so
not good.
He's now got a pit, he's got front wing damage and a 10-second penalty.
And a 10. But it's at the beginning of the race. Anything can happen. We can still have safety cars and stuff. So let's hold hope
New York
for
fans
Luca.
got a pit.
Wizard Rex is looking for a move. Is he going to go for a move on Dawson? He thought about it. But Dawson just holds firm. Why does it say... Oh, he's ahead. Shazam went off. Okay, well, Wise Dog is there now. Are we going to see how many people are pitting? I think
at least 2 are pitting.
Oh, New York fan went in there with some bloody force there. Oh, Dawson, is he battling with Redeemer? He is.
Dawson has to make the most of his tyres because they're going to be dead within about 4 laps.
They are, but he's already in 8th place. He's already scoring points. So it is up to the likes of Jamie, who's I think his Jamie and Redeemer, who's his closest challengers. Oh, Wizard Rex! I really thought he was going to try and do the Ricardo there.
Jamie is on the back of Phil.
Yeah, that is the closest gap so far. So we will watch this. Phil looks like he's... I mean, Beastie Boy's doing really well. He's got a 1.4 second gap, so he's already broken the DRS. Jamie, of course...
Beastie Boy has barely touched his ERS as well.
That's good. Jamie, unfortunately, has used almost 75% of his ERS, which is not really what you want, whereas Phil's used half, and
Kleeman hasn't...
Beastie Boy's only used 80%.
Not even... Kleeman is just sort of tickling it as he comes out of corners and that. He's got 87%.
Well, that's the same with Beastie Boy. But to be fair, there's no need to touch it. You use, what, about 10% down this back straight? And that's about it. Oh,
without even looking at it.
Jamie's touched Phil, and he's outbroke him, and Phil's been put into a bit of a spin. If I was you, Jamie, I would let Phil back through. Oh, no, Phil's in the pits. Phil's in the pits. That's a weird one. Unless
Phil has now got slight front wing damage, which is entirely possible.
How would he have front wing damage, though? Because
He may have got it at the start.
Maybe. I mean, there's barely anything there. No, he's just come into the pits.
That's really early to pit, though.
Yeah, for softs as well.
Unless it's going to rain.
It is raining.
It's raining.
It is raining. That's why. Okay.
Phil has put the softs on to get extra grip as it rains, but that's a mistake. He's going to have to pit again.
Yeah, it's already time for inters. You can see the water droplets on the track. I'm on board with Dawson now, and you can see the droplets on there. It is time for inters, ladies and gentlemen. The rain has literally just started falling, and once again, rain plays havoc here in Shanghai. Yellow flag.
We have a... Oh, the coach has dropped it.
The coach is gone. Is that a safety car? No,
that's a VSC.
It's a virtual safety car.
Luca has pitted for the... Is the first to actually get the inters on.
I mean, this sort of just negates the field, really. Apart from... to be fair, I'm trying to look to see if there's any guys that are close together. The only teams that are close together is the Aston Martins. They're really going to suffer. Oh, speaking of which, Rod is off the track. And I think Shazam was as well. So I think both Aston Martins were actually off the track at that point.
Well, Luca is not going to have lost as much time pitting under the VSC.
No. But this track got wet very, very quickly. Now let's have a look at the pits and see
Everyone
what happens.
is pitting.
Is there going to be any surprise jumps? Oh, wing change for Jamie. He got damage on the back of Phil. So that's already going to delay him. So Beastie Boy is out. Lenny will take second. Is there anyone coming down the main straight? No. Third is going to be Kleeman.
Everyone is pitting because it's just like, this is too slippy for slicks.
Yeah. I mean, that's understandable, really. Jamie drops down to fourth from
VSC is gone.
So we're racing again, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep an eye on everything that's going on. Wizard Rex looks like he's the closest to a move at the minute as he's right up Dawson's gearbox.
Phil is leaving the pits as well.
New York fan
has... No, he's entering the pits now.
He's entering the pits, I was going to say, because he's on hards. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Who's that for? Oh, there's a Ferrari, I think, just recovering. I think it was Dr. Dro. Jamie is closing quickly on Cleveland. That seems to be the closest battle, that and Wizard Rex and Dawson. Wizard Rex sort of just following Dawson at the minute like a train.
This is where you'll see who has a sort of wet setup on.
Yeah.
Because with a wet setup on, if you had more wing, you can brake a bit later in the wet, get on the power a little earlier.
Well, that's just it, and obviously we're back with the tricky conditions of trying to skate round those horrible banked corners. And if anything, Dawson looks like he's catching up to Redeemer. And Jamie is looking quite aggressive on Kleeman. But Beastie Boy has stretched his lead now to 5.7 seconds. Lenny, Mr. Consistent.
Oh, Dawson's just going around the outside of the final corner. He got much better drive out the hairpin. Is all over Redeemer now.
Well, I'm on board with that now, and you can see as we ride on board there with Dawson, the Red Bull defends. Dawson concedes and knows that right now isn't the time, but if he's got that much traction and that much pace, surely it's only a matter of time as the Red Bull looks like he was about to go wide there as Dawson tucks in and takes the very tight line between these corners.
From what I could see there, I think Dawson has got more wing on the Redeemer. Because out of the corners, he's just closing in, but on the long straights, he's getting gapped.
Yeah.
And he's also got Wizard Rex up his trumpet.
Well, Wizard Rex has been up Dawson's trumpet since the beginning of the race, but once again we're seeing it as Dawson tries to put Redeemer under pressure and making a mistake. The spray is now being kicked up now.
Yeah, you can see from the... I'm on Wizard Rex now.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Dawson's lines, and he is able to take much tighter lines. So he's definitely got more wing on the car.
Agreed.
Because he can just turn in when he wants, and not. But looking at Redeemer's, it looks like he's hesitating on the throttle in the slower corners.
Well, let's have a look here. We'll see as Dawson takes the high line, a bit squirrely under traction coming onto the straight, and this obviously leads Redeemer being able to defend. Let's have a look at ERS usage. Both round about the same, so there's nothing wrong with that. But under braking, you can see how much he closes in, and once again taking that tighter line. Bit of a wobbly rear end there for Redeemer. And well, this is it. This is obviously no DRS now, so all overtaking is going to have to be done manually. Looking at Shazam, who's lining up Wise Dog. I have to say, I think Shazam has based his helmet on Alonso.
It wouldn't surprise me. He's in an Aston, you might as well.
To be fair, I think he's done a really good job to try and get it as close as he can.
Yeah, it's...
Ooh, Wizard Rex really close. Oh, Dawson's gone wide there.
That was he washed out in the dirty air behind Redeemer then.
Very easy to do in these conditions. But there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
It's Luca.
Luca.
He spun it out the hairpin.
The man's got pace. It's just he's been so unlucky this season.
The incident at the start and that 10-second penalty, he should not have got.
No. But obviously it's hard.
So if Luca's listening to this, get a clip in to show that you weren't actually gaining an advantage, and that penalty should get taken off because it is a stupid penalty.
The problem is you've got to think about the time it takes to get in the pits and serve for 10 seconds and stuff like that. So
you can't serve a 10-second penalty like that on this game. That 10-second penalty can't be served. It just gets added at the end of the race.
Right. Okay. So it will just be taken off. Right.
Because he's been in the pits twice and he's still got that 10-second penalty.
Kleeman has sort of broken away from Jamie now. Sorry, Kleeman 1.2 seconds ahead. Let's have a look at ERS usage. Once again, Jamie has used all his ERS.
He likes his ERS button. He goes, ooh, power, power. Oh no, I've got none left.
Yeah. Dawson has actually broke away from Wizard Rex as well. This is the biggest gap that's been between these guys since the start of the race. Phil looks like he's closing in on Nuno Rod, so we might actually see an overtake as Phil does try and go for an overtake. Let's ride on board and see what we can do as Phil takes the high line, does the Aston Martin run wide a little bit, but who gets on the power first? It is, I'd say, the Aston Martin, really.
There are certain times when you're in conditions like this, you want to back off the car in front, just so you can not back off to the point where you outside of the getting the toe, but enough that you can preserve your tyres a bit.
Yeah. No, ooh, Dawson
because
really got on the power there. You just saw him get a bit of a kicker. And I think
in conditions like
Go on.
this, you'd want to try and preserve your tyres. Because say in, I don't know, 15 laps time, it stops raining. If you can get to the point where you can pit without having to pit for a second set of inters, you've gained 20-25 seconds on the rest of the field.
Indeed. Yellow flag sector 3.
It's a Ferrari.
Shazam has gone for a move on Wise Dog and he's got past. Shazam takes the position away from the McLaren. And to be fair, it's good.
KBT has found a Ferrari of Dr. Dro. I think Dr. Dro was the course of the yellow flag at sector 3.
Has he got a damaged front wing? No.
It's really hard to tell with the Mercs if they got a damaged front wing because of the way they had their front wing last season, with the way that the actual main planes didn't connect to the rear portion of the side plate, the end plates. It was just like, it's really hard to tell if they're damaged or not. Phil's got Nunarod.
Yes, he has. That did not take long at all. So Phil moves up into 12th place. He's now 5.8 seconds behind KBT. Now, here's the thing. He's still got the Redeemer, Dawson and Wizard Rex battle, but they are losing time to the top 4. Kleeman has pulled continuously away from Jamie. Jamie now 2.3 seconds behind. It's sort of evened itself out this race. And here we go again. Dawson looking for a move. I think he's trying to use what he can, but Redeemer goes a little defensive. Dawson has a look to try and put him under pressure. Well, Redeemer sees that coming, just sticks to his braking line and keeps the position.
Is slowly catching up to Beastie Boy. The gap has come down.
That's 3.9 seconds, so 3.2. Where did that 7 tenths come from?
I've noticed that gap it was at about 4.5, 5, and now it's coming down.
That's interesting. So what does that tell you? That tells me that maybe Beastie Boy is either backed off or he's taking a little too much out of his tyres too quickly.
Well, he's got 65% of his ERS.
Lenny has 10.
Lenny is doing a Jamie and just going.
Dawson
ERS.
Once again being washed out by that dirty air, and now Wizard Rex is right back on there. This battle between 5th, 6th, and 7th is so calculated. Like you've got
one
three
mistake
guys
in this.
Well, that's it. You've got 3 guys that obviously must know each other quite well and know each other and know how the other races. You've got 2 on the PC, Dawson and Wizard Rex, and you've got Redeemer on the Xbox. And at the minute, the Xbox is winning.
Oh, the top 5 are all on Xbox. So what does that say about the PC Master Race?
I can't really say anything because if I do say something, then all I've got to do is look at the championship and go, "Oh yeah, the PC user's 50 points clear."
That's because the PC user has had the most luck.
He even said last week that even though he's had all these brilliant results and everything like that, he's never, he's not always been the fastest on track. It's just a little pure and utter luck that's got him there. Jamie usually has something to do with that.
Yeah, Jamie's normally gone Lord of the Crash into something or been Lord of the Crashed into.
Like I say, 3.6 seconds the gap now between Beastie Boy and Lenny, so the gap has sort of gone up a little bit as KBT. Oh, it's Dr. Dro. Dr. Dro's gone round at the exit of the hairpin. He's reset again. He's reset again.
Did he actually reset to track?
No, that looked like a reset to me. Oh, Dawson, this is the closest I've seen him to the back of Redeemer, and still can't find a way through. Phil, though, is now right up the gearbox of Dr. Dro, and I think
Phil's
he's about to pass Dr. Dro. Thank you, camera angle.
I think Dro may have just let him go.
Well,
there.
Dro is all of a sudden fighting back on the outside. Is he going to try and find his way? He's going to try and outbreak him, going into the Danny Ricciardo corner. And, well, Dr. Dro is still there, to be fair. We're going to right on board with the Ferrari. He's going to go down the inside. Phil gives him plenty of room. That's good racing between the pair of them.
I think Dr. Dro, if Dr. Dro had reset the track, I think what he did was try and give up the place because his car was on the racing line when Phil was behind.
Where's he going? He's off to Japan.
That's Australia, mate. You want this one? You're China. Yeah, I think what he did was he redressed it.
Battle between 5th, 6th, and 7th has spaced out a little bit. I don't know if they're just playing cat and mouse here, but Wizard Rex definitely seems to be dropping off.
Wizard Rex may have just done okay, this is getting a little too close.
To be fair, from that camera angle, because I'm on board with Dawson, from that camera angle, it looked like Wizard Rex was going offline slightly to cool the tyres and get out of the dirty air. So I think Wizard Rex is playing it safe.
With this game, if you stay behind someone for too long, your engine does start getting hot. Your brakes also don't cool off properly as well, so he could just be like, I'm going to back off a bit, get myself some cooler air from my car, and try again.
Okay, well if that's the case, what's wrong with Dawson? Why is his tyres not melted? Why have his brakes not turned to sponge?
Well, the fact he's been drifting offline through some of the corners would tell you that his front tyres aren't happy. Dro and Phil are still back. Yeah,
Dro and Phil are still back. Oh no, the Ferrari's off! He's reset again. I caught that live, he's reset.
He is resetting to track.
He's resetting to track. which I don't agree with. Just a mental note as well, guys. Lenny has got the gap down to 1.9 seconds.
Yeah, as I said, Lenny is catching Beastie Boy. Okay.
Oh, is Redeemer and Dawson finally side by side? I think Dawson's finally got him. Redeemer, is he? Where is he? He's gone down the inside into the final corner. They're side by side.
Oh, this is
the wet. That's brilliant racing between the pair of them. And we can see them there.
That is ballsy.
Oh, they're touching. Okay. They're touching.
Turn 1. Can you keep it clean, lads?
Oh, he's going to force him out wide, and I think Dawson has the position.
That is beautiful driving by the pair of them.
Oh, a slight little bit of contact. A slight little love tap there, and through he goes, and I think Lunarod has lost it again.
Yeah, Lunarod has dropped it out of the hairpin.
Yeah. What racing, ladies and gentlemen, that was between Dawson and Redeemer, and unfortunately the championship leader gets promoted to 5th place and can now go after King Jamie. But what respect and brilliant racing that was between two tough competitors, and you've got to give them a round of applause. That was brilliant, especially in these conditions. It's not exactly easy to keep your car pointing in the right way and stuff, so yeah, very happy with that. But this is Redeemer's chance now. Let's have a look at Dawson. Ooh, actually, come on. Use it all. Dump all your ERS. Go for a move. Go down the inside. Do something. Come on. Fight him off the road. He's tried with the curbs unset with the car a little bit, and you can see under traction it's just not quite there. I think Redeemer has got more tyre wear than what Dawson has. And already Dawson has taken 1.2 seconds out of Jamie's gap. What happened to Wizard Rex? Oh no, that's because Lenny's had a mistake. Lenny's off track. Okay.
Why? He's dropped a long way down as well.
Yeah, he's recorded something there. I didn't see the battle between him and Beastie Boy. I didn't think it was that close, to be fair. I was so fixated on the Dawson Redeemer Wizard Rex battle that I'll be honest, I took my eye off the ball and didn't keep an eye on first and second. So that's unfortunate for Lenny. He finds himself down in 7th place now. That is just horrible. He's going to be really annoyed because once again in a good position, and something's happened and he's fallen down the order. Dawson's left the session. Oh, that's horrible. Dawson has left the session. That's the first time that we've ever seen that. Fatal, oh, he's on PC, you can't even invite him.
I can't invite him because the friends list for EA friends doesn't work on this for me. I'm just looking at the rules.
A bit of a slow burner this race, really. Obviously, the rain has sort of neutralised everything. Everyone's driving very cautiously. There's Dr. Drone and Nuno side by side. We're on board with them. The Ferrari has a damaged wing. Why are you fighting, Aston Martin? And the Ferrari's round. Don't you dare reset to track. Don't you dare reset to track. Why is the Ferrari still going around? You've got a broken front wing, mate.
It's entirely possible that he's running a setup where he's got more front wing. Oh, Luca has gone round again out the final corner. Oh, the penultimate corner.
Oh god, it's just going from bad to worse really for Luca. Wizard Rex has got past Dawson. Dawson, whoever's on PC, guys, you need to get Dawson back in if you can. So that's a bit of a lifesaver there for Redeemer. He's now back ahead, unfortunately. But he's got Wizard Rex for company. Rex very late on the brakes there. The gap between Beastie Boy and Kleeman is 6.7 seconds. Oh, bad traction for Redeemer. Wizard Rex is round the outside. Let's ride on board once again, and he just runs him off at the final corner. No contact was made, but that was really good. I need an invite to the lobby ASAP, please. I would invite you, Dawson, but you're on PC, and I can't.
Yeah. I can't either. I don't have. My EA friends list does not work on this game. And I have looked at the rules, and nowhere in the rules that say resetting to track is against them.
Yeah, well, that's good. Oh, Wizard Rex, what the hell? I mean, he's got a 10-second penalty for it. I think he
misjudged his braking point.
Yeah.
He did well to avoid contact with anyone.
No, he did, and to be fair, those are the things that you have to do. That I've been involved in stuff like that many a time, and Lenny has now got ahead of Dawson, but Dawson wants to get back in, and we can't get him back in because he's on PC, and Lenny picks up a 3-second time penalty. That was harsh. Can you let me know your EA ID? I don't know my EA ID, mate. I've never used it. I've never had to use it, so I wouldn't know.
My EA.
Hang on, are you able to do anything, Fatal?
My EA friends list never populates.
Why is there
why
is there no admin in the chat tonight? We need admins to help out here. Oh, Dawson's back in. Dawson's back in. That's good. It's not all doom and gloom. Ah, Luca did it. Thank you very much, Luca.
Yeah, thank you, Luca. At least someone in this damn lobby's EA friends list works. Track resets are 10-second time penalties.
That is not our place to say. I mean, we have caught it.
No, someone...
Brewdog's joined,
Pig.
but that's...
Papa Pig has said they're 10-second time penalties for it.
Ah, well, there we go. So, I mean, to be fair, Dr. Dro's in 14th, so 10 seconds is not really going to harm him, to be fair. Wizard Rex in the pits. Wizard Rex in the pits and on fresh inters. Now,
personally,
this could be interesting.
I think Wizard Rex's 10-second penalty should be removed because he was trying to. He actually went to avoid an incident instead of causing one.
Yeah, Luca needs 10 seconds knocking off.
Luca and Wizard Rex.
Wizard Rex needs it knocking off. Resetting the track is a 10-second pen. Yeah, well, Dr. Dro has done it at least 3 times.
Dr. Dro's, if he got 3 of those penalties, it would drop him behind Luca.
But here we go, Lenny looking very interested on the back of that Red Bull now. We will ride on board so we can see an overtake happen here, ladies and gentlemen. He's gaining, he's trying to dumping all his ERS, and down the inside he's going to send it. No, he's not actually, but it's the Red Bull who's struggling for traction. Not this time. This time Lenny has to bide his time, so we will jump back to spectator mode. No other cars in the pits. How is Wizard Rex doing it? It'll be interesting to see how much time he can gain. He's on 12 lap fresher inters.
It's possible Wizard Rex has been a bit harder on his tyres than those around him, which may explain why he's.
James has made a valid point here. as that looks like... is that Wizard Rex that's just gone round? I think it is. Wizard Rex has made a mistake. He's made a mistake coming out. Oh,
he got on the curb on the exit off the hairpin.
That's unfortunate. Have we got?
It's a pain.
Have we got a turkey issue here where staying on old inters is better than putting on brand new ones?
It could be, you know.
Interesting that Redeemer and Lenny are still battling, and Redeemer at this moment in time is still holding off the McLaren of Lenny, who's looking to try and make ground. But Lenny right up the gearbox now. He's going to send it into this corner, surely. Late on the brakes. Oh, he's going to run the Red Bull wide, but the Red Bull still hangs it there. And this, once again, with Redeemer showing great car control. Oh, that's so tricky to do this in wet weather conditions. Oh, there may have been slight contact there, but they're still side by side. Lenny gets back into the slipstream. Don't be surprised if we see a move going into the hairpin, but as we remember, Lenny didn't have that much ERS, so I doubt he's able to. And to be fair, you'd say that is a sort of safe distance from not being able to make a dive bomb into the hairpin. But James, I wanted to make a point. James made a good point. Wizard made the mistake, so surely deserves the pen as much as it is unlucky. I mean, he's got a point there. It was his mistake trying not to, obviously misjudging his braking point, which inevitably led him to having to spear off the track so he didn't take anyone out. It's just unfortunate around here, if you do go off track, you end up getting a 10-second bloody time penalty.
No, Luca's time penalty was bloody stupid. He had been forced off track because someone misjudged the braking into turn 1, and he's tried to keep it out of the wall and then stay out of people's way. 10-second penalty. But Wizard Rex, I can understand that logic of, well, he made the mistake, kind of have to go with a penalty. And I think I know why Redeemer is struggling. Because I'm on board with him and coming out those really slow speed corners. He's getting wheel spin. Lots of wheel spin. And I mean an absolute buttload of it.
Yeah.
Especially the hairpin at the end of the lap.
Yeah,
he's coming out of that in seconds. You can hear it spinning.
Well, this is giving Lenny an absolute troll, and look at that. Redeemer's trying to force him wide. This is brilliant. Once again, a battle between 4th and 5th. Who's going to be the later on the brakes? Let's jump on board with Lenny once again. Redeemer
is mighty on the brakes. I'll give him that.
He's mighty on the brakes. It's just the traction zones that is screwing him over.
The traction zones, he's coming out like the hairpin and all that, and you can hear in seconds it's just spinning the rear tyres up. But under brakes, he's going to be a pain to overtake.
Yeah, interesting. It's not raining anymore.
I knew that it was not going to be raining all race. I could just tell.
Looking at the McLaren of Lenny, there is no rain on this chassis. So, once again, the plot thickens. Dawson, right. Believe it or not, Dawson's only... Oh, Lenny! Where is he? He's still there. Dr. Dro, 3-second time penalty and multiple warnings. The track extending things with the track drying out now are going to get shorter and shorter. What you could take before is no longer going to happen. But yeah, just a point I wanted to make. Dawson is only 1.4 seconds behind this lot, and he obviously disconnected and had to re-engage himself. Dr. Dro and Nunarod are battling each other once again, and the Aston Martin tries to go down the inside. Does he make the move stick? Oh, I mean, they're hugging each other, that's for sure.
There's bits of contact, but it isn't there's no malicious intent there.
Oh no, it's just obviously tricky conditions and everything, and it's hard to do that. Now, anyway, Lenny once again is in the slipstream of the Red Bull.
Well, he's not close enough to attempt the move now.
He's tapped the Red Bull though.
He missed just the braking a bit there.
Well, we saw Jamie do this earlier, and he got wing damage. So will Lenny have wing damage as well? This is interesting. But this also gives Dawson hope of claiming back 4th position. Now let's think here that Jamie's like 15 seconds clear, and Lenny looking to he really wants to get past Redeemer. He feels like he can romp away, and to be fair, with the state of actually this is something I've not done. Let's ride on board with. Okay, so we're on board with Redeemer. We'll see his state of his tyres going into the slow corner. Okay, let's have a look at the rears. Alright. And then there's Lenny going round the outside. He's done exactly. Oh, I think Redeemer's still there. Yes, he is. Oh, Redeemer, absolutely amazing racing. Bit of contact between these two once again. But Redeemer holds line. Lenny on the curbs. And watching is Dawson.
There's one good thing if you're riding on board with side by side. Just use your thumbstick. You can actually see where the other car is.
I do. It's just a natural thing to forget because you're used to just sticking. I'm used to just sticking to spectator mode. This is the first time I've tried to use multiple camera angles when watching battles and stuff. I do not want that camera angle though.
That camera angle is kind of useless.
Yeah. But this has allowed Dawson right back up. These two once again, Lenny.
Oh, Lenny outbraked himself a bit there. Now it's.
Now, how long is it until the track dries up? That's the question now. When do you start going offline to dry the tyres? Because, to be fair, the racing line looks quite dry, but if you put a wheel a centimetre off it, you're going to kick up a big ball of spray.
It's the way I work out when the time to change from the inters. I'll check the tyre temperatures. Okay. As soon as they start heading above 75, 80, that's when you know, well, maybe it's time to get something a bit different on.
Through sector 2 once again. I think you're right. You know, I think Redeemer has set his car up for dry conditions, because it does seem like everyone's all over him through the technical middle sector, and then he could sort of break away a bit on the straight, or at least have something else to defend with in sector 3 and sector 1. Whoever pits first wins, in James's opinion. Well,
or whoever pits first,
and once again
crashes first.
Right, Lenny, you need to pick up the slipstream, but he is much closer than he's ever been before, and surely this time he's going to go for it. He's going to go down the inside. Where's Dawson? He's keeping a watching brief.
Dawson is just
watching. We know that Lenny is late on the brakes, and through he goes, and Dawson is looking to try and do the same. And once again, Redeemer and Dawson lock horns.
Luke has dropped it, start of sector 2. He is not having a good day.
Redeemer absolutely squeezes Dawson to the max, and Dawson's not having any of that, and he's going back down the inside into turn 1. He's through. Oh, they're touching. They're actually touching now. There's fisticuffs. The hand of anger went up in Dawson's car.
Redeemer may have closed the door a bit too much then. That was reminiscent.
This battle is mad, guys, but it is a fantastic battle. Redeemer, of course, is either Jamie or Redeemer who is the closest challenger to Dawson in the championship, and so this is why Redeemer is fighting so hard. He doesn't want to let him go, and why should he? You know, he needs to take as many points off Dawson as he can, and Dr. Joe picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Right, the nearest challengers to Dawson are Lehman, Redeemer, and Lenny.
Lenny versus Redeemer was good. Sorry, say that again.
The 3 closest to, actually there's 4, but Norris isn't racing this evening. You got Lehman, Redeemer, and Lenny. They are 52, 56, and 59 points behind Dawson. Dawson has all three of them ahead of him.
Dawson has a major slipstream now, and you can see Redeemer going defensive, but we've not seen a move done round the outside. He's going to get squeezed off track again. Yes, he is. There's nowhere for Dawson to go, but Dawson has kept his nose in. He's got the inside line for the final corner. Let's see how it happens. No, it doesn't unfold the way I expected it to, but he's better on traction, and we know that Red Bull's struggling for traction at the minute, and the Williams is surely through, but Redeemer still defending on the inside. This is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic battling between these two. And the track is drying more and more. You can see more of the dryness coming through.
Has dropped it.
These inters are going to be like mincemeat come the end of the race. Later on the brakes again by Dawson. I know, guys. This has been the only battle really that I've been on, but this has been pretty much the only battle on track. And Dawson tries to find a way through, but not quite.
I can imagine Dawson is starting to get rather annoyed being stuck behind Redeemer.
Well, there's still 5 laps to go, so there's still plenty that can happen. Oh, that's a bit late there, Redeemer. I'll admit. And
no, actually, that was fine because it was nowhere near the braking zone, but
it was just a bit. Oh, but look at this. The high line once again working for. Don't give me that camera. Oh, he's been squeezed off track. Redeemer trying to squeeze him off, knows that it's coming. This is absolutely insane battling, and how these two haven't hit a wall or something yet, I do not know.
How they haven't taken each other out is a display of pretty good racing etiquette.
Oh, and there's the Red Bull. It's off the track, and it was bound to happen.
Dawson had left the room, and Redeemer had come straight out.
Fail. Look at Dawson's tyres. They're
almost slicks.
They don't.
They're
look
almost
good.
slicks.
Look at his rears. He's got that thick line on his rears tyres. So I don't know how he's managing this, but he is. And unfortunately,
we have 2 in the pits. KBT and Wisedog are pitting.
Is it time for?
They're going to the softs.
There is softs coming on the McLaren for Wisedog.
Phil is pitting as well.
Have they got the call? Has the call come through? We will see. Where's Beastie? Because Beastie, of course, is.
Phil has gone on to softs as well.
To be fair, it looks quite dry now. Yellow flag sector 1.
It's a draw again in sector 3. Nuno Rod is pitting.
Oh, Phil's got a 5-second time penalty for crossing
Luca
the pit line.
and Dro, they're all P10 to P15 will all be on slicks.
Right, so here we go. Beastie, does he pit? Does he go straight on? Yes, he does. We're going to have 3 laps here, guys, of soft tyre action.
It depends, because some people may not have fresh new softs to put on.
I don't imagine Jamie will. Oh, Jamie!
Yeah, I think everyone will be going on to softs, even if they've had a lap on them.
Lenny's continuing. I don't understand his because his tyres are horrible. You can see, even not riding on board, you can see the black line there. So this is, I mean, Beastie Boy's done brilliantly here.
Redeemer.
I'm sorry,
has lost out to Dawson big time now.
Yes, he has. And Wizard Rex has come. Wizard Rex has come through as well, but Wizard Rex, of course, is still on inters. It's a gamble here for these guys that have stayed on inters. I just don't see it working out.
Shazam is on inters, and his front tyres are, well, they're horrible.
Is Wizard Rex going to try and go for a move on Dawson? He thinks better about it. Dawson's gone a bit wide. Yellow flag sector 3. That's a Ferrari, I think.
It's I am Dro again.
DRS enabled. It is time for softs. Guys, if you're on inters, get off them.
If you've got inters, they're going to explode.
Trying to keep an eye on where the battles are at the minute on track, and Luca is up the gearbox of Nuno Rod almost, but points wise, Wizard Rex is still just about with Dawson.
Yeah, but the problem, Lenny was pitted.
He needed to. He had to. It's
Shazam's going to have to pit as well because his tyres are shot.
That's a
Wizard
shame.
Rex is gonna have
That's a shame.
Wizard Rex has got a
Shazam,
pit. He's on
Shazam
the wrong
continues.
tyres.
Shazam continues. Now this is an interesting thing. Now Shazam has got
Wizard Rex is continuing.
Yes, he is. Shazam's got quite a bit of a gap to the likes of Lenny and everything like that. But how quickly will that get eroded? He's still got to do lap 27, lap 28. So he's still got to do at least 3 laps. Let's have a quick look and see what's been said in the chat. James says that Beastie played his cards perfectly, had the pace and kept out of trouble. Stand-up performance, hope he brings it home. I mean, he's absolutely controlled this race from start to finish. Now, there may have been an incident earlier between himself and Lenny. Unfortunately, I didn't see it. I was too busy fixated on the Dawson, Redeemer and Wizard Rex battle. So we'll wait and see.
Being on the
whether
inters is a bad idea.
Whether anything gets said on that one. But Nuno Rod down the inside of Luca. And Luca takes the position back. Thank you very much.
Anyone on the inters are now going to start falling because Shazam has lost 2 seconds.
No,
to King
Shazam has lost about 4 seconds to Lenny.
He's dropped now dropped 3 seconds to King Jamie.
Fastest lap of the race.
Wizard Rex has dropped 3.5 seconds behind Dawson. Anyone on the inters are now just going to start falling through the field.
And you can see the Redeemer is about to pass Wizard Rex nice and easily down the inside. Look at the sheer grip difference there. And I think Lenny...
Shazam has Lenny and Dawson right on him.
Yeah, Lenny is powering through. He's continuing. I've got to give Shazam credit where credit's due. Aston Martin need the points, and so I do understand what he's doing, but he's going to be so slow.
New York fan has pitted.
He's pitted.
Yeah, that's just. He's like, it's not worth being out on the tyres.
Could Shazam finish 8th? I think it is time to give Shazam a bit of camera action here because this is where it's at. Wizard Rex as well in 8th place as well on inters. Much fresher inters, it has to be said, so he shouldn't be feeling the...
His tyres will be overheating, though.
Oh yeah, but nowhere near as bad as Shazam. Shazam's done 23 laps on these, and you're about to see Redeemer just swoop round the outside like he wasn't even there.
It was like he was stationary.
Oh, I really hope, even if it's just for a point, it'll be points on the board for Aston Martin.
Wizard Rex has caught him.
Well, he's on 12 lap fresher inters. His inters are going to fare much better in these conditions than Shazam. So it's a risk worth taking. And you can see, I'm aware. You can see, Wizard Rex trying to find a way through. Shazam doesn't let up, and this is, I've got to say, Shazam, my hat goes off to you, mate. This is absolutely fantastic. But I don't think you've got any defence here from Wizard Rex. As Wizard Rex swoops around the outside, Shazam has the inside for turn 1. Does he try and keep it? No. Look at the sheer grip difference. Wizard Rex runs wide a little bit. Leaves the door open.
Running wide to leave some space because he knows Shazam's tyres are dead.
He is, and I've got to look at where Beastie Boy is. He is on course here to finish and win the this Chinese Grand Prix. He's on the back straight now for the final time. He's going to pick up
He's
DRS off the lap Ferrari of Dr. Dro.
I don't know why Dr. Dro is trying to defend the position. He's going to get lapped.
And to be fair, it doesn't matter. He's see-through, so he can just power through and not worry about it. But here we go, coming towards the final corner. Beastie routes the final corner, and Beastie Boy wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Fantastic! We're gonna have Kleeman come round the second. He come round the final corner and finish in second once again, and Jamie in third. So our podium is Beastie Boy, Kleeman and Jamie. Kleeman and Jamie once again on the podium. A good result for the Haas as well, maintaining a consistent run of results really that have stretched from Jeddah onwards really. Lenny comes home in fourth. Oh, but due to the penalties, it's Dawson that takes fourth place. Damage
by
limited.
a tenth of a second.
Oh, that's unlucky. Damage limitation for Dawson here today. Redeemer comes home in sixth. Shazam. Oh, Shazam dropped down to ninth in the end due to penalties, I think. Wizard Rex finishes 10th.
That was all down to penalties, those two.
Yeah. And then 11th is Phil. New York fans 12th. Luca will finish in 13th. I think it's a despondent Luca in this race. Yes, James, it is a great win for Beastie Boy. Well done. Nunarod 14th and Dr. Dro 15th. I am going to give my driver of the day, personally, I'm going to go Redeemer, you know, because he was involved in so much battling and so much wheel-to-wheel action that there was only the one contact, and that was between himself and Dawson. What about you, Fatal, before we bring everyone in?
Yeah, I'd say Redeemer as well, because he was holding his own in the wet, even though he looked like he didn't have the best setup for it. So, yeah, I'll go with Redeemer as well.
All right. So there we go. That's the commentator's driver of the day. Hopefully next week, Fatal, will have you in here testing your mettle with these guys.
Well, let's hope. Will comes back Wednesday, so we'll see. If it doesn't work, I'll be lobbing it at high velocity back at France.
Well, why don't you just send it to me and let me have it?
Because you get pissed off with it when it doesn't work.
I'll use it from a PC, mate. I ain't going to use it for racing. I'm a pad user. I'll always be a pad user.
I was asked if I was told I should use pad for this game, and I was like, I'd rather be buried under reactor number 4 of Chernobyl. Thank you very much.
Yeah, trust me, mate. Using a pad on this game is like is annoying as it is. But let's bring these guys into the party. So, Beastie Boy, party.
E-Man,
Kleeman, party. Jamie, nah.
Don't want Lord Failure. No. Go on, bring him in.
But as we said, who gets the fastest lap? It is New York fan actually who got the fastest lap in the end, and of course because
by
he finished outside
7,000th of a second.
From Kleeman, I believe. So there we go. Whoever's got the stream on, please turn it down. Let's have a look and see who we've got in. We've got all of them. That's fantastic. So guys, include the audio, please. And, well, let us continue with the interviews. So, well done to race winner Beastie Boy. Absolutely, I'd say almost a dominant drive. He was a bit under pressure from Lenny earlier in the race, but other than that, he didn't really look under any sort of trouble. Of course, no safety cars or anything like that to trip you up as well. So, yeah, tell us about your race, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I was very surprised to get pole in time trial before the race. I was feeling real slow, so I was happy with that. A good start. I was a bit squeezed a bit. Phil on the inside. I just didn't want to crash with him. Been crashed too many times in the past few races. Lenny was catching real quick. I was starting to get a little bit worried. I was trying to pick up the pace, but I don't know. I just couldn't. And then apparently his pedals disconnected, which is obviously good for me, but I feel real bad for him, to be honest.
Yeah, he's been another one of the unlucky ones so far this season. He's been there and thereabouts, but he's never one thing or another has always stopped him from getting that. But like I say, mate, you've been spurred on by James, and I've got to say that you drove with sheer precision in this race. So I just want to say congratulations, mate. It was a fantastic drive. Fatal, anything you want to say?
Yeah, that was a very well measured race, especially in the wet when one mistake and you could have been in a
Yeah.
wall.
Thank you.
It's very well driven, that one. Fair
Like I
play.
said, I've got nothing else really to say to him because he had nothing to do.
He just disappeared off into the distance, and it was just like, what's Beastie Boy doing?
Bit of a boring race for me.
He's just plodding
He was just
around,
there.
quite happy, 6,
Yeah.
7 seconds ahead of everyone.
Yeah, you got the 25 points, mate. Looking forward to seeing what that does for your championship prospects. So congratulations, mate, and we'll see you next week for the next round.
Indeed.
Moving on to second place, we're making a bit of an habit of this, you and me. It is Cleveland once again in the Haas, being very, very consistent in this early part of the season. Of course, consistency brings you championships. If Dawson weren't around, but still, Cleveland is. But Cleveland once again on the podium for Haas. Cleveland, how was your race?
First of all, congrats to Beastie and to Jamie. That was an interesting race. Definitely made the wrong call on tires in the beginning. I thought, looking at the weather, that it was gonna, go till at least like lap 12 or 13 before the rain came, and I figured, well, I'm gonna throw the hards on. It might give me a little advantage, and that didn't work out. Then I was praying for the dries to come out sooner than they did because I was trying to baby those inters a little bit. They're at good 70-75%, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it to the end. So it was interesting and little hairy right in the first lap in the first couple corners. Things got a little tight, but it worked out. I just kept an eye on the gap between me and Jamie and just trying to figure out how close he was gonna get, and worked out, I guess.
It did, because you came second. You got another 18 points in the bag. It was interesting to see a lot of you guys tires during the end of that rain stint, because you could see the wear on them, and a lot of them were worse than others. And like I say, it was just really interesting to see. So the fact that you were saying you were babying them and you were still having the pace that you had shows just why you consistently on the podium so far this season. So a very well measured drive, and it has to be said, great congratulations in tricky conditions.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of lift and coast, trying to just save them. So it worked. So can't complain.
It did.
Got to thank my team principal OJ. He helped me out with the setup because I was struggling all day in practice, and he's like, well, try throwing this at it, and it worked. So thank you, OJ.
So basically, you threw the kitchen sink at it just in case.
Pretty much.
Fatal, anything you want to add before we move on to before we wrap up the stream?
we don't want to talk to Lord Failure. No, just kidding.
Hey, you can't call him that today though,
That's
because
class.
he succeeded on podium. You can't call him Lord of
Yeah,
Failure.
he got another.
And no spins out of him either.
Yeah, makes a change.
Gotta give him credit with that one.
He'll get +1 credit. It's fine. If you're saying you were babying the tyres, you should know this by now. EA F1 games. It says it could be raining halfway through the race. No, it's gonna be raining lap 3. It's just the way the weather system works.
That annoyed me so much.
Yeah,
I was expecting it to be like lap 10, lap
idea.
9.
Yeah, I was like, well, the hards are gonna, I can beat the hards until the rain comes, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's gonna rain on lap 3. This was definitely the wrong idea.
Yeah, but fair play, babying the tyres as long as you did.
Thank you.
Those I bet it was towards the end of that stint. You were thinking they're going to blow up. It's going to blow up and
Yeah,
put me in a wall.
I was kind of debating on, well, do I just pit and I'll go for the third, or hope that Jamie's gonna jump in behind me, or I was like, I don't know what to do, and then it, the strategy came out to throw on the softs, and everybody was jumping in the pits, and as soon as Beastie headed for the pit, I said, yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing. So I just pretty much everything Beastie was doing, but if they were gonna get too bad, I was gonna I was gonna jump in and hope that Jamie followed, and hope that would force Beastie to follow the following lap to let me gain a little more on him. But it worked out. Oh, I'm happy with second.
It's finishing a race like that is a triumph in itself, I think.
Well, to
Yeah,
be fair,
especially China.
you've got I was gonna say especially China because it's such a tricky and technical circuit where the slightest little mistake can send you halfway to Japan. It's just it's difficult, and a lot of maturity was shown in this race today. Nowhere near the amount of incidents and stuff that I'd normally see in these races. So I just wanted to give credit to everyone today. It was great racing. Right, I suppose we better move on to third place. Jamie.
Yeah.
Because we can, because you love us.
Yeah, we'll love you, Jamie, so we can absolutely torture you. Third place, mate. Absolute heap load of points for yourself and Mercedes. Let's talk about your race. How was it? Hello?
Or not.
Jamie.
He just got kicked from the
Ball
party.
merchant. He's done it again.
Yeah, he'll be back in a second. Hold on. Usually is. He does this quite often.
And this is why he's
Well,
the Lord
guys.
of failure.
All right, I can't take that one from him now. But all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off. Have a great week, and we'll see you guys all next week.
There he is.
Congrats
He's back.
on P2. Man.
All right. So, Jamie, let's go back again. How was your race? Was that where you picked up the wing damage? Yeah. I caught it, mate. Don't worry, I saw it. Yeah, he was quite slow on the apex. I mean, to be fair, the conditions were tricky, so I can sort of understand that. But at the same time, like I said, it's racing. These things happen. You just brush yourself down, move on, and well, to be fair, you did that because you stayed out of trouble and you came home for a third place. Jamie, have you included your audio, mate? Because you can't be, you're not heard. All right. Well, he should be heard because he's clicked it. If you can't hear him, then basically he tapped. He got wing damage off the back of CSR Phil earlier on in the tricky conditions, and then basically he just drove home for a nice, steady, solid third place. Yeah, for once. Well, to be fair, mate, it looks steady. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm translating. Um, don't understand why. He's hit the button and everything. I had this problem earlier in the week, to be fair, so I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, like I say, we'll try and wrap it up here. Anything you want to quickly add, Jamie, and I'll try and translate it across.
Oh.
And there we go. Congrats to Beastie Boy. You can
Thank you,
feel
Jamie.
the love between these two. You really can if you're
Little
in the party.
romance.
Well, he had the right idea. Anyway, let's move on. Fatal. Before we round up the stream, is there anything you want to say?
He's gone. He's gone.
Okay, never mind then. I've got notifications off because I stream. So forgive me for not knowing who leaves and who enters the party. All right. No, I don't know. I might be the Raritron, but I don't know shit. Okay. So there we go. I will wrap up the stream myself then. Thank you very much for ROR for giving me this opportunity once again to stream Tier 3 in their debut season and, of course, Round 4. We'll be back for Round 5 next week at the same time at 10:30, so do set your alarms for then, or at least notifications on phone so you know when to tune in and stuff like that. If you enjoyed what you see, hit that follow button. And as I said, I'll be back next week at 10:30. Guys, take care. All the best and peace out.
Bit late, Fatal.